Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are beginning a new character, Nightmare Lass, who is going to be an evil villain. She's a mastermind. She will control pets. She will summon demons from your very nightmares with which to attack you. And she will whip you and hit you with pain powers. And she is going to eventually usurp the power of Lord Recluse and become queen of the Rogue Isles. But we're a long way from there because she's going to have to be level 50 to do that. And we're starting at level 1. And that means we're beginning in the tutorial. Now what we're doing here in the tutorial is different from the way the game was at launch. And the reason it's different is because this is a new tutorial that they use to introduce players of all types, villains, heroes, and so forth, to the game. Originally, when the game came out, there was the Outbreak tutorial, and if you go to my Scrapper Season 1 Episode 1 video, you will see that with Silver Phoenix. Then the villains had a Breakout tutorial, which was them breaking out of prison, and that tutorial exists on the Homecoming server as an option, but it doesn't exist on Rebirth because it didn't exist anymore in Live. They took it out of the game, which is unfortunate, because I really like Breakout, and I really don't like this tutorial as much. I feel like it doesn't explain as much, so I will do the explaining. So one of the things I'm going to do is talk about the interface. I'll explain most of this fairly quickly. The reason I'm going to be quick about it is because I've already done 4, 5, 6 seasons of Silver Phoenix. You can watch that if you want to have things explained to you. Watch the first couple of episodes of Season 1. Or you can watch some of Tiger Strike, and some of the things are explained to you there. Otherwise, I will be fairly quick. So let me go over the user interface. Up the right, at the top, we have our character information. The green bar is our health. When it goes down to 0, we get knocked unconscious and have to go to the hospital. The blue bar is our endurance. When it goes down to 0, we can't exert any powers until we recover some endurance. And then the lower bar, which is filled up with blue, unfortunately, it should be blank. But I made up this character a while, and she's just been sitting here, so she's got patrol experience, which means she's going to get experience point bonuses when we get out of the tutorial. Each time a bar fills up, you get a bead, and every time you get 10 beads, you gain a level. So when we get 10 beads filled in, we become level 2. And that goes on 50 times until you get to level 50. Over here we have the map. The map is normally attached in the middle like this, but I like to detach it, shrink it down, and move it over. I think it's just easier to see there. The map will fill in as we explore the area. We will eventually get contacts, and contacts are the people who give you missions. Right now we just have one, this guy over here, and the contacts will give you missions to do to run storylines. We actually have a mission right now, which is to get over the chasm. So we have to cross this chasm here. In the top here, we have our compass. And the compass is 360 degrees, and it shows you where your next mission or contact or whatever waypoint is. Over here, we have targets. If we are to target an enemy, he will appear over here. It will tell us the name, the faction, the rank. The ranks are minion, lieutenant, boss, elite boss, arch-villain, and then there are things like giant monster. And it will tell us, if I can target one of these guys here, it will also tell us what level they are. It gives us a color. White, this is sort of called a con system. A con is to consider the enemy. So we target it, we consider how hard it is, and our conclusion is that it's even level to us. It's about as powerful as we are. It's a white con. Blue cons and green cons are weaker. Yellow is harder, orange is harder still, red is very dangerous, and purple is as dangerous as it comes. And every level above you increases the con of a minion. If you look at a lieutenant, they're ranked higher than a minion. They'll con 1 level above. So a level 1 minion, an even level to us, is white. A level 1 even level to us lieutenant would be yellow. A level 1 boss would be orange, because they're 2 ranks. They're as hard as 2 ranks above, right? So fighting a boss is like fighting a hard, like a higher ranked minion. The way the game is scaled, it expects you to fight 3 minions of your level. So 3 white con minions is an even match for a hero. You'll see very soon that it's not an even match. We'll kick their butts. It won't happen at level 1, but by level 10 or 12, the white cons will be nothing to us. A single yellow con lieutenant is about an even fight for a hero. A single orange boss is going to be a tough fight. And then if it's red, like an elite boss or something, or an arch-villain, it's not something you're supposed to be able to do. But you'll see, by the time we're in the 20s and 30s, we will be able to handle red and purple cons with no problem. On the left, as you can see some stuff scrolling around because I need to get rid of it, we have the chat windows, and you can remove stuff from here, like I want to get rid of the looking for group, I want to get rid of league, I want to get rid of hero zone event messages because they're not in a hero. I think we're okay on the rest of that. Pet combat, we need, let's see, I like to add tab, let's see. Let's add a tab. I want to have rewards. That's like all of our XP and stuff. I like to have a single tab for that. And then I want to add a tab for to hit, because I always get annoyed when I miss and I want to see what did I roll. And we got our pet combat, regular combat, help. I think we can probably get rid of most of this. Let's actually change this to system. And I am going to get rid of all of this stuff. And then global. Yeah, I don't need broadcast. I don't need the consignment house, architect, entertainment, help, local. Leave the NPC dialogue. Pets we don't need. Go ahead, remove. Auction house don't need. Rewards don't need. System we don't need because we have them in other boxes. Let's make sure our pet stuff is here. Right, so this is just setting up the windows, and then our chat. We don't want most of this stuff. This is our local private messages. We can have supergroup and team. Okay. So we've set up our chat windows. Why is this not setting on local? Come on. There we go. And then, so that's just what channel you will broadcast to, and you also get a little word balloon. And then over here we have all of our commands, essentially, right? We have 3 trays. Normally I run with 2. You'll see that on my other videos, but I need another row for commands of the pets. Up here we're going to have our pets. Right now we have no active pets because I haven't summoned one yet. And then down here we have our powers. This is the summon power, so we'll go ahead and summon our first little demon. And his name is Eenie. I'm going to have Eenie, Meenie, and Miney as my regular demon pets. And I can give them commands. Attack, go to here, right, and he'll run over there. This one is follow me, right? And so he's going to be following me around. This person's looking at me. And then this is a nullify pain power. It is a heal power. So when you click on it, it will heal up you and the demons around you. Over here we have some exclamation points that are explaining things. These guys are going to explain enhancements, they're going to explain experience points, and they're explaining targeting enemies, which I already did. This tray here is inspirations. It's like potions, single use, you can heal yourself, gain endurance, increase your chance to hit, things like that. And then in here we have a tray of enhancements, and these are things that improve your abilities. These are just bonus things, I guess, that they gave you for coming into the tutorial. We're probably not going to need any of those. And this guy just gave me some kind of a buff, I think. I don't know. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Let's turn on sprint and head over the chasm.
Blue Spectrum is up ahead. If you can find him, he can help you escape.
Blue Spectrum is up ahead. Find him and he'll help us escape. So these are NPCs that are fighting the bad guys. And I'm going to, let's see, Ernie is set on aggressive. I'm going to set him on defensive. For right now, I want him attacking when I say.
Fight some off before meeting with Blue Spectrum.
Okay, so now our missions tell us what to do.
Left click on them or press tab. To attack,
defeat 2 Shivans. So here's a Shivan, and I'm going to tell him to attack. And he just attacked. Right now, I can't really do anything other than punch and throw this little apprentice charm. So I'm mostly going to be having my demon do my fighting for me. So go attack. And I'll throw the apprentice charm at him too. But I missed.
You need to push forward. I'm getting an SOS from Blue Spectrum. He's in trouble.
Okay. So let's have him attack this guy. Look at that. He sends like really cool flames at these guys. That's awesome. I love it. Now, if he takes damage, you'll see it appear over here, and then I can heal him. You see? And that will heal him up. Follow me. And we're going to attack this guy. Heal up. Follow me. This is much better than NPCs, because NPCs will not obey your commands, but these guys will.
He can absorb powers. Help him out by lending him some of yours.
No, I'm
You
a
have
villain.
moral
I'm going to
choice.
steal
You can choose whether
his
you want to be a
powers.
hero or a
What happened?
Haha.
Contact with blue spectrum.
That's
You need
right.
to push forward. There's no time.
I have his power now. Ha ha ha. It's fun being a villain. Alright, so now we need to find a trainer to increase our powers.
Left
So this is
click
something
on
they
an
didn't do
NPC
in
to
the
begin
original
interacting with it.
tutorial.
Select train to next level to choose a new power.
In the original tutorial, you didn't gain your level until you got out of it. So now we're going to train up to our next level. And we have two options. We can choose Soothe, which allows me to heal a particular ally. Or I can choose Corruption, which lets me lash out with my whip. It does minor damage. Let's take a look. It does 12 damage. Or Lash, which does 16 damage. This recharges and takes 10 endurance, recharges in 8 seconds. This one recharges in 4. I'm going to go ahead and take Lash. It's a little stronger of a power. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly migrate Brawl out of the way. And eventually Brawl and this other power will be removed from our hotbar. I think I can put the summoning over there since we're not going to be doing it a lot. So now we have to move forward and deal with whatever's blocking the teleporter.
Those monsters are blocking the teleportation system. Defeat them so you can get out of here.
So
You
now
are
this
now
is
in
a zone event. And that
You can
means,
work together with other players towards a common goal.
well, in live there were other players here, but here there aren't. So it's just going to be me and my little buddy. Now that is a cool whip. I love it. That is a very cool whip. Let's see what the distance is on that. Okay, so it's a little bit of range, but it's not a lot of range. So we have to defeat 15 Shivans, so we're just going to go ahead and kick their butts. And now you have to, come here, follow me. Follow me. You have to stay out of that range because there's like a helicopter, like an Apache helicopter sending in like ranged auto fire, what do you want to call it? Machine gun? Okay, we defeated 11 Shivans. We'll stay back here and wait. Because so the Apache helicopter comes in and starts shooting things. It's of absolutely no use to us as a mechanism. What they're showing you is these very rare cases where they actually have these like zone-wide or like regional attacks that you have to like dodge out of the way of. This is completely antithetical to the original design of the game, and they really didn't do it very much. I only think it happened to Tiger Strike maybe 4 times. Mostly I just don't want my imp to get killed. And you can see there's one more Shivan right over there. So we're going to go get him. And then a big giant one is going to come out of the pit. I love that whip. Now I'm going to stand back because I don't have any defenses. And I'm going to let Ernie attack this thing. If I have to, I'll just resummon Ernie. Wow. Okay. Can We target this thing. Go get him, Ernie. Go get him. This is going to take Ernie forever to defeat this thing. Okay, so let's pull Ernie back. Right, so this is what happens now. The jets are going to shoot it. Right, and you have to get out of the way of the little red thing or you're going to take damage. Alright, now we can have Ernie attack it again. The jets are basically useless, so all it's doing is teaching you like how to do this, and this is going to take a really long time. The Sheeman summons meteors, get out of the way. So this is just like a constant escape from this little red zone. And what's frustrating about this is they expect there to be a whole lot of players here, so it's actually really hard well, not hard. It's very tedious to defeat this thing all by yourself. Unfortunately. So I'm just gonna let Ernie attack it. If I have to, I can resummon him. Or Eni, rather. Yeah, he's gonna probably get killed. But I'll just resummon him. He's doing alright. See if I can whip it. No. Back up. So you just have to wait till this strength gets down to nothing. And then I think you can kill it. I'm just going to keep letting Eni fight him. It's so hilarious. You got this tiny little demon fighting this giant one. And the tiny demon is kicking his butt. Look at that. Eni's got more health than the Sheevan. So one of the problems with this is they're trying to teach you how to do teamwork, and they're trying to teach you how to duck out of the way of these things that, like, you never actually have to face in the game, which is kind of stupid. But like, I understand what they're trying to do, but they had to make it really weak because it's level 2 characters, right? So it's not actually a hard battle, right? Eni hasn't taken any damage at all. He's just punching the guy, right? And I could probably stand right here. Right. Okay, he was pushed back to the pit.
You did it! The giant Shivan is down!
And now we teleport.
Right. You're not in the longbow safe zone. Are you
Nope.
okay?
I am with Arachnos. Hello, Ghost Widow.
Arachno, you're a villain. You just get away with it.
And she says Galaxy has become a reflection of Paragon. Nightmare lass, a mess that is becoming worse by the minute. The Sheevans appear to become more powerful by the minute. It's interesting, I suppose. Regardless, there's nothing more to be done. We, in Arachnos, will help you get out of the city. Afterwards, all will be explained by Operative Kuzmin. And so we go to Mercy Isle, and now we are officially a villain. So Mercy Island is the level 1 to 5 or so starting area. And we have a whole bunch of help. Go away. Zone events, I don't care. I don't care. And I don't care. Yeah, so instead of actually giving you a tutorial, they just give you all these silly little exclamation points to read, which I don't care for. Earned a badge. Yes, I understand how badges work. Now we're going to speak with Operative Kuzmin, who is our contact. And he says, "Greetings, Nightmare Lass. I'm Operative Kuzmin, and I am here today as a representative of Arachnos. Your ruthlessness has been recognized, and Arachnos would like the opportunity to help you grow in your power. Already the forces are at work here in Mercy Island who would seek to stop your destiny before it begins." And I say, "What forces?" And he says, "The Longbow. They have attacked Mercy Island and taken over our fort, Darwin. Now, they seek to spread their so-called law and order and take over the rest of Mercy Island. Even now, there are Longbow soldiers inside Mercy City itself. trying to bring down Arachnos, and more importantly, superpowered beings such as yourself. You see, then in the current scenario, that is the current scenario you're in. If something is not done, if we do not work together, then we risk the longbow taking over the rest of Mercy, sending us back to prison in Paragon. Longbow knows that I'm here. They do. And they are after you and every person like you at this very moment. There's no secret that the Rogue Isles are a breeding ground for more unsavory types. Longbow seeks to stop this and enforce their own laws, but we will not let them do so in Mercy Island. Nightmare Lass, let us push these red and white soldiers back to Paragon and make them know fear. Let's do this. So, Underdogs Never Win, Part 1. Longbow knows that they are deep in enemy territory. They believe they can cobble together a plan to defeat Arachnos and other villains such as yourself. They are, unfortunately for them, wrong. The reach of Arachnos is long, and the power of villains is immense. Even now, Longbow swarms the area right beside us, looking to bring in any villains that Arachnos recovers from Longbow's reach around the world. And okay, so we're going to do that. And he says, the forces of Arachnos are focusing on fighting Longbow down in Darwin's Landing. However, working together with someone such as yourself, we can weaken Longbow forces here to allow our remaining soldiers go for the kill. So defeat 5 Longbow. Alright. Now this character is going to eventually get flight, as you can tell from her wings. Kind of wish I could put the wings away and take them out when I fly, you know, but... That is a nice attack. Oh, and it knocks back, too. That is quite nice. I like that lash. It's cool. So we get experience for all the kills that our follower makes, right? You should see another X16 XP come up when he does his kill. Go ahead. There we go. So we get experience. And we just need to defeat one more, so this should take care of it. And so far, Ernie's doing pretty well. Although I need to set him on defensive. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go back to the operative. Now, why do I set him on defensive? Because if they're on aggressive, they'll run around aggroing everything in sight. And I don't want him aggroing everything in sight. I want to manage my aggro. There will be lots of times when I'm actually going to set him on passive. Okay. He says, excellent job, Nightmare Lass. Our operatives have moved in to stomp out the remaining longbow in the area. They'll have it under control momentarily. You say the operations is being led by a hero named Golden Palm. I'm inclined to believe you, given the idiotic name of the hero. Well, Nightmare Lass, why don't you and I see what it takes to crush this hero beneath our boots? So let's see. How long have we been doing this? 23 minutes. All right, let's do one more mission and then we'll stop. One of the issues with finding longbow in Mercy is the amount of area they could be hiding, like the rats they are. However, we have methods of retrieving information. Most typical longbow grunts will not be able to withstand your most base level of torture, which, as a pain person, I can do. So, we have such a grunt in our custody now, I will give you the honors of delivering our own form of interrogation. So, in the area where we previously were battling longbow, before I forget, you should consider yourself what Arachnos calls a destined one now. You are destined for something great. After completing the mission for contacts, you gain the ability to call them from any point in the world. So then this gives us the cell phone of this contact. And the little book here means we're on a story arc. And the story arc gives us a list of targets, and Golden Palm is on the list. One thing I haven't mentioned, we have enhancements. Each power can take up to 6 little slots. And in these slots you can place enhancements that can increase abilities. So for example, this one increases damage, right? This one increases recharge and damage. This one increases damage and recharge. They all increase damage and recharge. Damage, recharge, lethal damage. Smashing, knockdown. Okay, knockdown I like. So this will increase our damage and recharge time. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Now with the pets, you can put stuff in there like pet damage. And recharge, right? So enhancing damage makes the pets do more damage. Enhancing actually makes the pets more more accurate. Enhancing slow movement makes the pets slow guys down, slow their enemies down more. I don't know if I'm going to bother with that. And reduce endurance cost. We can't actually improve the recharge of this thing. So I think we're going to want maybe double accuracy, triple damage, and a single recharge. That's my guess. Alright, and then nullify pain, we want to put recharges and possibly recharge and definitely heals on it. Let's see, it recharges in 8 seconds. We may need, it uses a lot of endurance. We're probably going to need a single endurance and 3 heals on this. Alright, so let us go and interrogate the longbow prisoner. And he says, I've seen you in the reports. Do your worst to me. I'll never tell you anything. Do you hear me? Let's break his arm. You hear a snap. Ah, my arm. I can't. Hurts so much. Please stop. I'll tell you anything. So you weren't that tough after all. We have 2 bases. I haven't been to the main one, but there's another one, an office here on Mercy. If you want to, if you want to take it out, you could find the codes on the longbow technicians to issue fake messages to gather on the top floor. Everyone would head over. You could do whatever you want to them. Not bad. Okay, guys, we're at 27 minutes, so I think we're going to stop here. We will continue this next time. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will continue to explain things as we go, but I'm not going to explain them a lot because we have already done that with both Tiger Strike and Silver Phoenix. So this won't really be a tutorial. If you want that, watch one of those other sets of videos in the first season, first few episodes. By the way, they also gave us a temporary flight ability, I think, here. What do we got here? Why is this not letting me click on it? Strange. Here we go. Jump pack, right? So we do have a temporary flying ability that lasts us for 30 seconds and then shuts down. But at level probably 4, I'm going to get flight so that I can fly wherever I want. Alright, guys. I will see you next time. Until then, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes with our new Mastermind.